This is heartbreaking.
Pascal.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, The Pascal Show. One word. Hit that like button down below. Let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Also, please go to my secondary channel as well and crush that subscribe button over there as well. It is called The Pascal Show Clips. The link is down below as well. Please go and crush that subscribe button over there. It'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, we got to jump into this story. This is very heartbreaking. There is a woman by the name of Deona Marie who was killed during the Winston Smith protests in Minneapolis. And we got a little bit of an article that we got to take a look at. And like I said, this is just absolutely heartbreaking. A woman struck and killed by the driver of an SUV in Uptown Minneapolis late Sunday is being remembered by her brother as a beautiful person who always takes care of others. Garrett identified the victim as his sister, Deona Marie, 31, of Minneapolis. Still trying to process the fact that my sister, my lifelong friend, is gone, Garrett said. Minneapolis police say just before 11 p.m., they were monitoring a demonstration via security camera near West Lake Street and Girard Avenue South when they saw a vehicle drive east on Lake Street and into the crowd. Man. Garrett said friends of his sister told him she had parked the car at the scene of the demonstration to shield fellow activists who were protesting and block traffic from coming through. That makes sense. If you're out there on the streets, people are out there protesting on the streets, you know, making a little bit of a barricade between traffic and human people, human bodies. You know, I feel like that's a smart thing to do, right? To keep people safe. Another way of just nobody's going to try to plow right through the car, right? Wrong.
He just came through 100 miles an hour, smashed this car. He just came through 100 miles an hour, smashed the car.
In this Instagram live video begun only moments later, the Instagrammer, Lavish Mac, shows us the aftermath.
This is the car that he hit.
He also shows the driver, who we're not naming yet because he's not yet been charged, as he was held by other protesters until police arrived about 2 minutes later.
He said Deona was apparently standing near the vehicle when the driver of the SUV sped and crashed into it, which then hit her. Deona was killed, and 3 others were treated at hospitals for non-threatening injuries. Now, Deona Knajdek, if I'm correct, pardon if I butchered her last name, 31, of Minneapolis, was the protester killed last night in Uptown, according to her brother, Garrett. She was probably the most wonderful person you could ever imagine. She would tear the shirt off her back to make sure someone was warm. And here is this lovely woman's face right here. So, of course, there's more to this article. The demonstration was happening in an area where Winston Smith was shot and killed by members of the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force earlier this month. Regular protests have taken place in Uptown since Smith's death, and the crowd on Sunday night was there for the same reason. Now, Deona worked as a program manager at the Cottages Group in Burnsville, working with vulnerable adults. She lives in Minneapolis, and she is the mother of 2 daughters. So her mother, Deb Kenny, called on people to pray for the family of the man driving the SUV, which is big. And she said, I just want people not to be angry because of that, because the emotion we need to have right now is we need to be grateful that Deona was here, and she shared it with all of us, Kenny said. She wouldn't want us to be angry at that man. She would have let it go in a minute and said, what could we have done for him? What would have made a difference for him? She said some people expressed how sorry they were for what had happened. Now, first off, of course, it's a heartbreaking story to hear that a woman just trying to protect some protesters, being a good Samaritan, overextending themselves, as they said, as her brother said, she would have just given the shirt off her back to make sure that person's warm. She clearly showed that in her last act of kindness. But this also shows to you that these streets are crazy. There's a lot of crazy people out here, y'all. There's a lot of people that are willing to literally plow through a group of people, plow through a car just so that they can go and harm as many people as they can. There are so many people out here that have zero F's on human life, on the delicacy and how precious life is. There's a lot of people out here that don't care anymore. We're hearing more and more about mass shootings, more and more about shootings and deaths and killings because they just want to get their point across by bringing havoc, by raining havoc on innocent people who are out in the streets, either going to the grocery store or even just protesting peacefully in the streets. Like I said, this is a terrible, terrible story. And like I said, my heart and my prayers go out to Deona's family because I know that they're all hurting right now. Obviously, they are all grieving. This is all brand new. This only happened yesterday. And I know that people are going to be out here saying, hey, we all need to stop protesting in the streets and all that. We need to stop getting in the middle of traffic and all that. No. There's got to be people out here being conscious that there are human lives on those streets as well. Doesn't matter if people go out in the streets and protest. We have to be conscious of the innocent people that are out in the streets making their voices heard. There should not be a punishment of death for supporting or protesting against something that they feel was unjust. Now, when it comes to the Winston Smith situation, a lot of questions are still sparking up. A lot of questions still are popping up. A lot of questions have not been answered yet. That's the reason why they're out in the streets. And now we just lost an innocent woman, a mother of 2 daughters, because she was doing the right thing and trying to protect innocent lives. Like I said again, I'll say it again, my thoughts and prayers go out to Deona's family, and may she rest in peace. Anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Like I said, this type of violence is unnecessary, and it needs to stop. We hear these stories about drivers plowing through people. We've been hearing this over and over and over again, nonstop for the longest time since protests have been happening in the streets. Sometimes even in the highways it's happened, where we have cars just plowing through people. These things need to stop. And for that driver, yes, you know, her mother is taking the high road for sure. And I give that woman a lot of props because let me tell you, I probably would have been on that mic saying something completely different. But I do hope that they bring that man to justice. They have not released that man's identity because he is still allegedly the one who plowed in, which he clearly was. You see there is footage out there showing him getting pulled out of his car. Now, we don't know if it was a premeditated decision or if this was maybe he was inebriated under the influence of something. We don't know. All we know is that he did something that is so heinous, so unthinkable, that I hope that they bury him under the prison. Anyway, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. All right. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Stay safe out there, guys. It's getting crazy out here. All right. This is going to be one crazy summer. Just be safe out there. okay? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.